Hi everyone. Today we're going to look at the how to handle JSON data from remote cloud database by um, I mean in order to display the image data and text data separately, um, and the data maybe scrolled horizontally, vertically, and from one view to another view by clicking the row item, or we can simply press the row item a little longer time to pop up alerter. So in the alerter, then there may be uh, some of the options that we can display either image or data separately. Okay, that's what we want to look at. So far we studied and exercised the skills of accessing remote cloud databases and manipulating JSON data. So we know how to download the data and how to display that, and also render the data separately, the text data and the image data, or we can put them together in one way, horizontally scrollable, and another way vertically scrollable. So we want to put them together, and at this time we want to make this development a little more the professional way. In other words, MVC models. M for model, V for V models, and C for controller, V controllers. So, we model is nothing but the data. So we can display user data, sensor data, because in the sensor data, there is a image data. I want you to recall that you posted. Remember that in sensor network, you collected sensor data, and also I ask you to take a photo, and both of them to post. So we'll look at that, and the view models is to access data, access the remote cloud database, and in this view models implements how to download the JSON data, and finally view controllers handles how to display the data. Here, how to access, how to download, here how to display, how to control the data to render. Okay, so that is in this way. This is what we done, right? Using the Raspberry Pi, we acquire sensor data, and presumably we acquire also photos. Photo can, remember that here, I believe this is the port that we can install the camera to capture the images, ideally. But we didn't do that, mainly because you guys do not have the camera. Camera is that cost another maybe the previously maybe 5 or 6 years ago, before that evil virus that we have. it was $50, but after that, because of that logistic issues, I think it's over. I think it is maybe $100. I don't want you to enforce to spend that much money. But anyway, could be all automatically sensor data and photo data that can be posted on this the cloud database. Now we built our apps, right? And then there's a few PHP files so that we can download the data and display that. Okay. Excuse me. Sensor data can be defined over user first name and last name, sensor type, sensor model, and then data that we collect, and then time acquire of that data, and then time posted, and then this is the IP address of that the Raspberry Pi, and at the same time we have image tables with the first name and last name and file name and IP address. The real actual file should be also saved. This is a metadata about images, and then the file should be stored. That file name here, and then that exact same file should be the file name of that physical image data that should be located at some designated directory. Okay, we call that directory name is uploads. You can see that in the code. So setting up, we have a database, middleware, and Swift AI, Swift apps, and the the view models. Remember that we have a models, which is a database, and then view models that access the remote databases and fetch the data. Because we have three models, we can fetch three different ones, right? User list. This is not just a user list. Users who have posted sensor data, and this is a sensor data itself, and this is image data. So we can get from URL. Remember that this URL is not complete. I know you know the IP address of those, right? So those are three numbers here, and then smart 25 sensor DB, and this is the PHP. With that URL, and we made a request. This is a request, and finally request the body with that data, and that request is now used to access this IP address. That could be a one session. So session layer of, but actually there's a transport layer communication, right? It goes to that cloud server, and we handle three variables: data, request, and error. If there is a data, then we form the result with the JSON decoder, and then here dispatch the queues. Okay, this is in order to handle asynchronous, remember that here, asynchronous mechanisms that we made that. This is for the images, as I said here, fetch images, right? So we can get the images. Similarly, fetch the sensor data. This is very similar to that, and all the very similar, but here finally details sensor data can be retrieved. With that, the models and view models, now we need to implement the view controllers. So view controllers handle data that are modeled in view model to display. So actually, view controllers is to display. There are 4 ways that we can display. So initially, it's number 1 here. That is called the view user list view controller. It lists the username, first name and last name, and then the total number of data and total number of images. We display only those. So we have John Yoon, Justin Moody, Sandesh, yes, so on and so forth, all those. If your name does not appear here, then you probably didn't do that, right? And also, this is a simple the list, user list. Like I said here, user list view controller. And then the other way that we can display is a user detailed view controller, which is this number 2 here. All together, according to user, for a user, if I click this, then everything about John Yoon. If I click here, everything of Fong, right? If I click here, everything about No. So we have images and data. So image can be scrolled horizontally, right? And then this is sensor data. This sensor data not even complete as opposed to this. This is more than this. But anyway, it has some of those, right? By clicking this, we can see this type of user detailed view controllers. This is by clicking. These 2 things is by pressing. Remember that when I press here a little longer, then we could have another alerter popped up, and we can choose either for this or for that. For image only or for data only. If I show it to you here, let's say if I click this, then I have these images and I have data here, back. So that I clicked, right? What if I do press? When I click here, press a little longer, then I have alerter. And then 2 options, show images, show sensor data, or cancel, right? Show image, if I click this, then I can see the images, but at this time, not horizontally, but vertically, right? Images can be displayed vertically with a little more information, but this not display the proxy information and posted from, this is an IP address. IP address was not collected for that specific tables. But it is possible. And on the other hand, if I click, press here and click and choose these options, show sensor data, then I can see the sensor data. Here I have more than that, right? I have a IP address that was transmitted from the Raspberry Pi IP address, and this is the time. This is post time, right? Yeah, posted on this time. Okay, so back. So basically, these are the view controllers. So that we have to implement 4 files. So first, user list view controller. So we say data and images. First of all, user first name and last name, right? So here, user first name and last name, and then data colon total number of data, and image colon total number of the images, right? That's can be appeared here in this list. But it can be navigated. We have navigated title users who post the data that appears here, right? There's a title for this list, this entire list. What is the title of this entire list? That is this. And on up here. And if we press it, then we put alert. There's a show image, show sensor data, and cancel. 3 options. Remember that we have here, then there are 3 options, right? On the other hand, this is a navigation title, so on or up here, alert, and then on the navigation, select users, alert users, the image only and detail only. So when I choose this, image only, and when I choose the detail only, so image only, detail only, and this is a selected, for selected user, we have user detailed views. Okay, so this is another view controller. I believe this is number 2 view controller. So from this number 1 view controller, it goes to this second view controllers, and this may be image only, maybe number 4 view controller, and this is data only, number 3. According to this, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So starting from this, so we need to have 2, 3, 4, 3 more files. So here, view detailed controller. This is number 2, and then we so first the detail this is the title of that images. So we say images for John Yun, and then scroll that images, and then we have a divider, and then title of the sensor data, sensor details, and then list of sensors. That's what we have here. Boom. And then images for John Yun. So images for John Yun, and then the sensors data, right? Data can be acquired for this. We have a special this is actually we provided to you this sync images, and then for this data title, and then we put model acquired and posted. So we have a model acquired and posted, those data there. This is number 2, right? And then here this is a view only, data only. So this is number 3. When we press it, right? When I press this, then data only, then I have this. I have a model acquired, posted from, and then here sensor type and sensor values. So humidity and temperature and 37. Right. This guy. Heartbeat. This is a heartbeat. 1008, 1023, and this is the humidity in that. Okay, back. And then finally, the image only. This is number 4. So we have same, the class is used to asynchronous images, and we display the image and 2 more values, posted from and proxy, but actually is not really posted from and proxied, no data in this case, but it's possible. So as I showed to you, you can, if you click, then you can go to that detailed for that user. And if you press this a little longer, then pop-up alerts, there you can choose either one of those 3 options. So in this case, if you choose the images, then you can see the images. Okay. All right. This is what we can understand about this JSON data manipulation, and then we'll implement it. Okay. Okay, now let's try to do the implementation. So to build the app, and I will call it JSON sensor remote cloud. Okay. And then Swift UI, Swift looks good. Next. And I want to save that there. All right. Okay, I don't think I need this, so I will delete this. I will keep this just for a while. What we need to do is start with the model and view models. Remember that we have a user, sensor data, and an image. Those are 3 models. Then we need to make a view models. Okay, so each of those needs to be created. So I want to make templates, and then Swift to file. First, I want to call image meta, meta definition about that images. So it'll be like here. So we have user last name, first name, file name, IP, and proxy. And I want to make another. Let's say that is called user. Okay, so in the user, it'll be like this. It should be user. Okay, so user first name, last name, and let's call it user summary. Not just a user, because this is a summary. Number of data, number of images posted by this user. So I want to call this user summary. Okay. And then one more that I need to do for sensor data. So we call that sensor detail. And in the sensor detail, first name, last name, and sensor type, sensor model, sensor values, and acquired time. What I want to do, I want to make a group of those to make it. So I want to make a few folder, a new folder, and I would say models. And take this image meta into that model, and JSON detail into that model, user summary into that model as well. Okay, so we have a model there. Another, now we need to make view models. Okay, so let's call it user list view models. And this is a class that we need to define. So like this. So this is that IP address and user summary. And then we connect that URL and set up the session, and we dispatch the data asynchronously, and that is about that user. Users is nothing but user summary data. Okay, user summary data is this according to this. So what happens here? This PHP files collect the image data and sensor data for each user and count how many of those. It returns that numbers. Okay, and we'll do another templates that can be user detailed data. So we put here user detail view model. Okay, in this user detail view model, we have a class. So user detailed view models, and then we need to have two the data. Yeah, two types of data: image data and sensor data. So published and variable images. There's nothing but we have image models. It is image meta. And then another publish variable. And then data, we call that details. And then that comes from sensor data, sensor detail. Okay. So based upon the model, which is the data, that's the image data and sensor details. Based upon that, we need to have view models. So fetch images. So we need to make it, first function is fetch images. That is already there in your slide. So fetch images. Okay, so I don't need to this. And the next one is fetch sensor data. So fetch sensor data, and I want to copy this guy. Put it here. Okay. So those two, the view model, I want to make it according to MVC. I want to make another group, and then view models, and put this inside that folder and another inside that folder. And then here, this is an entry point. This guy wants to look at that content view, but I want to make this first user list view. Okay, so I want to change this to I want to make a new file here. So it is called, what did I say here? User list view controller. So I want to call that user list view controller. Okay. Then I want to import Swift UI, and then struct user list view controller view, and I want to make that, right? Here, I need to create view of that. Probably I need to make some of the variables, and here in this body sun view, I'll start with the navigation stack, navigation stack, navigation stack. In the navigation stack, we have a list. So first list, remember that in the first Yeah, we have a list of those, right? From the user summary view. So, so what we need to do is we need to make a state object, state objects view model, because the user view models, user list view models. I think I need to put here list view models, and I don't need to do this. So according to view model has user. So we have users. Local variable, I want to call it user in. And then I want to make a vstack. So vstack. And then alignment. Oops, this is not. AL alignment. No. Alignment leading. And actually I have two lines of code, right? So first the text, and then we can say username, no, user dot user first, then I continue to say user dot user last. In the first line, I want to put that like here, username for each user first name and last name. And then the second line for each row, I want to put the summary with number of sensor data and number of images, and font, and I want to put that header lines. And the next line is text. There I want to put data colon, and then users dot and num data, and then comma images colon backs user dot and then num images. Okay. This is a user list view controller, so I want to put here user list view controller. User list view controller. So I don't need this finally. So now delete this. Okay. So we have two. User detailed view. User detail has no initialize. User detail view model. I think it comes from observable object. Observable object. It's okay. To initialize. Property images without initialization. Oh, because of this. Okay. Then we need to put here initialize. Put here initialize. Okay, let's try to run. Oh, I know. We need to do, in order to access the web, we need to change your info app transport to security setting. Okay, and then allow arbitrary load, I believe, and then make this yes, yes, and redo. Any error messages? What happens? Okay, let's look at. So view controller. I think data. Okay, navigation stack. So for each user, why no data came? User list view model, user list view model. Then go to there, access. You know what? I want to put here print to see if it is really user user last, and then I want to make this and user first. And I'll put here comma. See what happens. Oops, what was it? Spread on available. Print. Oh yeah. Come from the view. Okay, I'll make that. Probably then here. No first. User summary. I'm gonna put the result only. All right. Launch measure. I think it's from scheme. Edit scheme. Run diagnosis. Check. Let's see. There's no error, but little bit of display issues. So I want to put a little more here anyway. So for this, to see what happens. Probably here, navigation title, I would say users who hosted the data. Then on up here and view model fetch users. I believe that may be the reason, because it didn't fetch. Let's see. Okay, yep, we fetch the data. All right, because this is missing, and we make some declarations now. Okay, so in this case, if we click this, then goes to detailed view, and we need to have some press longer time, then we have some alert comes up. So those two things needs to be made here. For example, here on tap gesture, then in that way we select user, right? So selected, I need to declare a variable here, then state private variable selected user is user summary, right? Not users, user summary. Selected user. So I'm gonna put here selected user. Selected user is the user, because this user is a variable here, local user. And if it is the case, then I need to see, I want to go navigation in this case, right? But I want to put that a little later. And then here another navigation destination, navigation destination, and if it is presented, so which one is presented? I want to put here say navigation, I want to make one variable. So that variable needs to be defined. So if that is chosen, if that is clicked, then we can say state private variable. I would say navigate to detail. And then Boolean, initially I want to put that false. So if that is tapped, if it is tapped, that row is tapped, then I need to say navigate to detail needs to be true. If that is true, navigate to, no, it should be not this, but $sign navigate to detail. And then we can say that I think we can do, what was it before? Let's try it. Is presented and destination. And then I put here navigate to detail, and destination here, I think that user detailed. In this case, we need to make another view controller, right? Because from one here, when I click this, then it goes to next view controller. So we need to create that view controller. So I'll put here, I would say user detailed view controller. Let's see if I user detailed view controller. Okay, user detailed view controller. That's fine. Naming difference. Yeah, user detailed view controller. So in that user detailed view controllers, when I click this, then it goes to next file there, and then we need to import Swift UI, and then struct user detailed view controller and body. Okay, and then we need to make a here scroll over, scroll the view. Okay, which one that we want to scroll? The B stack, and then we put the text, first name and last name. So I want to put here first name and last name, and then that V stack alignment, leading, and then user is not defined, so we have to put here let user is user summary, and I think I need to put here also state object, and then variable detailed view model. We call that user detailed view model. Okay. User detailed view model. We have here user detailed view model. What this guy says. Oh, in this case, we need to put here equal sign. Okay. So on top, we have user first name and last name, and then data should be scrolled view. First horizontal view, horizontally scrolled. That is for the images. So scroll view horizontally, horizontal, and then in this horizontal view we need to put horizontal stack, and then for each VM, and we call that images. And then I would say image. And remember that I made here asynchronous image, and I want to put that there here, asynchronous images. We call that. What happens here is that if I have that image, then there's a file name, right? This file name is this file name is extracted from database. That file name, the exact same file name is also a file name in that physical location in this directory uploads. I want to get that once, right? And then this scroll view, this horizontal view, up to there. And then I think I need to do this is a scroll. This is yeah, images should be horizontally. Okay, horizontally from here there. And then I will make here another scrollable that's vertically. What I want to do is I want to see how this works. Oh, I have an error here. Oh, then I need to go back. List here. I want to call that user. User detailed view controller. And I need to put here that's a selected user. You know what? Rather than this, I want to implement here. So if let user is selected user, then I want to do user detailed view user. User detailed view control. User detailed view controller. Okay. Let's see. So when I click this, so I have some images there, right? Image for John Yoon. This is not really came up. Image detailed view. Image detailed view. Okay. And same thing here at the end. Where is that? And here I want to put on up here. I want to do detailed VM dot fetch images, right? Fetch images for user. Then it'll be fetched, and then I can put dot navigation title. I would say simply detailed. Detailed sensor data. When I click this, then image came up, right? When I click this guy does not have that image. This guy has that images. I don't see that images. I'm not sure why there is not there. Okay, so back here, then images, detailed sensor data, that's what I have here, right? And then below here, I want to put the sensor data. Images for John Yoon and then data for John Yoon. That's what I want to do, okay? Yeah. So I want to make a divider. Color gray, and then text. I would say sensor data. And then font headline, and then for each detailed VM details, fetch VM details, and then I can say sensor. What does it say? Cannot contain data. We don't need to do simply divider. And then we can do vstack and align leading, and then text the sensor name. Here, spacing, I would say number 4. On that stack, I want to put text, and I would say sensor.type, and then sensor.sValue. Good. And then text, another text. I don't want to copy that there. List of those. Rather than detail, here sensor. Okay. So let's try to check. Again, here I need to do not only on up here, not only the images, we need to do here detailed VM dot fetch sensor data for user, right? Let's see, cancel, or not fetch images, fetch sensor data, sensor details. I have sensor details. All right, come back here. So this guy, if I press this, doesn't do anything, right? So I have to manage that. Here, not only that, we need to put here dot on longer press gesture. And then alert user, I need to define that variable and I want to call that user. So all the way up here, state private variable alert user and user summary alert user. Okay. So alert user. And then this is a navigation title. This on up here, then we fetch user by that tap gesture, and longer pressure, then we need to put here alert. Alert has the title is presented. Let's put there. I want to put that title, so we can say choose view, and then here we need to make another binding variable. What happens here, if that longer gesture is chosen, then we need to say show alert. I want to make it true, therefore I need to declare the variable here, show alert, show alert false. Okay, and if the show alert, if this show alert is presented, then that alert will be I want to make a implement that action here, so that I have 3 buttons. Okay, so 3 buttons like this. Button show images, button show sensor data, and then cancel. And those 2 variables needs to be defined: show image only, show detail only. So that should be here. Show data only, false. Show image only, false. Okay. Show detail only, show image only, show data only. Now we need to put image only view and data only view. That's what we need to make. Okay, so we need to make another view controller. Put here data only view controller. Create. Import to Swift UI. Struct data view only. Okay. In this data view only, then we need to do here, we need to list the view, list the data, right? So list I want to make here another variable, state object be data view only. I'm gonna make this no data detail view model. And I want to put this, and I want to say detailed view model. Oh, not data detailed, user detailed view models. Here detailed VM dot details. And then we put here remember previously I put here sensor in, right? I want to copy that from there somewhere here. User detailed view controller I have here, right? So this comes from there, and I want to put that entire, and that is data view here. This list I need to put here on up here. On up here, this is very, very important, right? In this way, you can fetch the data from there. So detailed VM fetch sensor details for we need to make a user here. So let user is user summary, and I want to put here user. And this entire navigation title is for, I would say, sensor data. Okay. And therefore I need to render it. I want to press longer here. Oh, I got that. I didn't implement this image yet, right? But show sensor data. Click this. Didn't go there. Okay, data on. So let's find out. Okay, so it is there. Yeah, I didn't make any here navigations. I want to make like this dot navigation destination. The destination for I think that is for show data only. If it is the data only, then I want to make I want to implement here, right? And if let user is alert user, then user data view controller user data view user detail. I think what is the user data only view. I think user data only view. Only here, data only view. Data only view controller. That's what we have here. I think rather than this, I need to make like this is presented. Okay, let's check. No, longer press, sensor data. Oh, great. And I want to make a longer press and then image data only. So I want to make that here. Navigation destination, not for make this is presented. Show image only. If it is the case, then if let user calls alert user, and then that is image only view controller. Nice. Image only view controller. Image only view controller, but it is not defined yet, right? Image view only controller needs to be defined. Here, image view only controller. This is very similar to the other data only view controllers, right? Safety UI, struct, image only view controller. Like we have here, we define the, remember that here, the data view only. I want to copy this. Here, image view only controller. And this should be scrollable, right? So I want to put this scrollable view. And then there's a view stack. And put here. For each, and I would say detailed VM dot images. Okay, and then in local, I want to put local variable img in. As I did before, I want to put all of those. Same as before. I want to cut that that file name can be captured from the physical location. Okay. And one thing that we need to worry about here is, yeah, let's scroll, and then we need to do here dot on up here. VM fetch image for user, not user ID, user. Fetch images. And then navigation title. Navigation title, I would put here images. There is an error. Image only view controller. Let's see here. Image only view controller. Oh, that disappeared. Okay, good. Longer press, and let's try to do show images. All right, so image came up. Okay, I think this is it. I wish you can do this also. All right, thank you.